10 scariest places you shouldn't visit if you're not extremely bold. What areas you should read about and probably avoid for the next 10 to 20 years if you want to live peacefully. I understand that some of you enjoy horror and adventure, but even if you had Hercules' beard, you should reconsider visiting the following locations. Hello and welcome to today's session. If you're new here, please accept my warmest greetings. Today, as our headline suggests, we'll talk about some terrifying locations you shouldn't visit if you're not brave. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video before you go. Let's get this party started. 10. ILHA QUEIMADA GRANDE. Number 1 is ILHA QUEIMADA GRANDE, commonly known as Snake Island, which is located in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Brazil in the state of Sao Paulo. It is home to the endangered Bolthrops insularis snake species, golden lancet pit viper. Rising sea levels are supposed to have stranded these poisonous snakes on the island when the land that connected it to the mainland was covered up. They, on the other hand, swiftly adapted to their new surroundings, rapidly expanding their population and making the area highly hazardous. Apart from this island, the golden lancet pit viper is found nowhere else on the planet. These snakes' venom is so poisonous that it causes internal hemorrhage and organ failure. The bite of Bolthrops insularis is 5 times more lethal than that of the Jararaca species, and it also consumes the flesh surrounding the affected region. Only approved scholars and the Brazilian Navy are permitted on the island. Although there are some non-venomous snakes on the island, it is typically considered a dangerous area for humans. 9. Island of Dolls. Isn't the name scary enough on its own? Several headless and filthy dolls dangle from wooden shacks and trees on Isla Las Monicas. It is supposed to have begun in 1950, when a guy called Don Julian Santana Barrero was investigating the area and came across the body of a dead girl washed ashore. After a time, he came upon a doll that he assumed belonged to the girl and hung it on a tree as a mark of respect. The creepy part is when he claims to have sensed a presence there and began hanging more dolls he had discovered in trash canals or from his neighbors. These dolls are hung in the same place he discovered them. His corpse was discovered where he was claimed to have discovered the girl's body in 2001. If this isn't scary enough for you, pay a visit to the island and find out for yourself. 8. Door de Vel. According to legend, a Soviet oil rig crashed into the crater in 1971. And a geologist decided to destroy the rig by lighting fire to the pit. The Dervasa crater, another name, has been burning out in Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert for the past 50 years. It's a crater in a big natural gas field that appears like a volcano in the desert, according to explorer and adventurer George Karanis. Looking for a place with a hell theme? If you have the confidence, you can pay a visit to this location. Let's move on to one of the world's most terrifying hospitals. 7. BEELITZ, HEILSTÄTTEN. This 60-building complex is 30 miles west of Berlin and is covered with decaying vine and cobwebs. This hospital was originally established as a TB sanatorium, but it was later used to treat various lung illnesses, as well as Nazi soldiers during World War II and the Soviet Army until the 1990s. After being wounded in World War I, Adolf Hitler was hospitalized at this hospital. After being abandoned for a long period, this place has been defined by rusted old beds, filthy flooring, and collapsing plants. Of course, the atmosphere isn't ideal because it was previously a hospital with so many sick people. 6. The Catacombs of Paris. The Paris catacombs are underground ossuaries in France that house the bones of almost 6 million individuals. The decision to move the contents of the city's cemeteries began in the 18th century owing to public health concerns. On April 7, 1786, it was dedicated as the Paris Municipal Ossuary, but it was renamed Catacombs in honor of Roman catacombs. Quarry workers dropped the corpses and bones into 2 quarry walls, then stacked them into the galleries. The Catacombs of Paris have become a tourist attraction, attracting over 550,000 visitors each year, but they are not for the faint of heart. 5. GOMANTONG Caves. These caverns, located 35 kilometers from Kota Kinabatangan in Borneo, Malaysia, are home to nearly 2 million bats, thousands of crawling cockroaches, rats, snakes, and spiders. If this hasn't made you queasy yet, you've most likely passed the bravery test to explore this cave. It's pretty huge and impressive from the outside, that is, until you go inside and find the flooring are covered with bat excrement, guano. 4. SEDLEC Ossuary, Czech Republic. The SEDLEC Ossuary, another skeleton-filled location, is a tiny Roman Catholic chapel located beneath the cemetery church of All Saints in Kutna Hora, Czech Republic. Bones are put in the basement, where a huge chandelier hangs from the middle of the mound with skulls covering the vault, including at least one of every bone in the human body. This terrifying location is home to the remains of 40,000 to 70,000 individuals. 3. Nagoro, Japan. The Nagoro hamlet in Iya Valley on the island of Shikoku in Tokushima Prefecture, dubbed the Cursed Town, features many straw-made dolls that are claimed to outnumber the village real people. Tsukumi Ayano began it in the 2000s when she created a doll in the likeness of her father and set it in the fields. She's created almost 400 dolls, including replacements. Others quickly followed in her footsteps, constructing lifelike dolls of community people who had passed away. When you visit Nagoro, you'll see these dolls sitting and looking at you or doing some type of activity. Even little dolls may be found waiting eagerly for their instructors in some abandoned classrooms. Isn't it perplexing? 2. Bolton Strid. If you're familiar with terrifying sights across the world, you'll know that the Bolton Strid, also known as the Strid, has to be on the list. The Strid's danger stems from the false impression of security that surrounds it. The majority of those who drowned in the small-looking mountain stream between Barton Tower and Bolton Abbey in Yorkshire, England, were claimed to believe it was shallow, reaching barely knee length. Nobody knows how deep the Strid is, but Carolyn Roberts, a professor of environment at Gresham College, claims that beneath the water lies a massive network of caverns and fissures of sedimentary rock that will shred a human body, crushed against them apart in seconds. After an 8-year-old kid drowned in the River Wharfe in 2020, a police officer stands vigil. 1. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island is the last stop on our journey. We will not personally urge anyone to go there, no matter how brave they may be. The Sentinels live on this island, which has been considered as one of the most difficult locations to visit. The Indian Navy protects and controls the region, and India has recognized and accepted the wishes of the island's people to be left alone. The people are notorious for being exceedingly hostile, refusing to converse with anybody other than their own kind and assaulting and murdering trespassers. 2 fishermen were slain in 2006, and U.S. missionary John Allen Chow was assassinated in 2018 while trying to conquer the island for God. Approaching warships have also been assaulted and fired at with arrows on several occasions. People on this island have not developed tolerance to common ailments, such as cold as a result of the isolation they have been subjected to, and are thus in risk of extinction. So, there you have it, the 10 deadliest locations you should reconsider visiting. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like our video again. Bye. See you next time.